he here?
He's here. Yes, John is, John was
What's that?
here. John was here.
Yeah, he was here.
Okay. Anyway, John DeWolf, if you're here. Richard
I think we lost
Swezak.
him.
Here.
Rob Lewandowski is out. He sent in his comments. He had other business commitments. DeAndrea finally made it. Miss Hamels, just to let you know, I was here all along. Bob Doan,
Here.
Al Regina,
Here.
ever faithful. Ken Peterson. Mr. Peterson not here yet. Okay.
Ken, he's not
Curtis.
coming. He will not
What's
be
that?
here. Ken will not be here.
Okay.
He told us that, or he emailed us.
That's correct. I did have that.
Yeah.
Curtis,
Here.
is your announcement official?
Yeah, I'm retiring next month.
Not a
Oh,
boy.
congratulations, Curtis.
Yep.
And
But
Mr. Dunn.
I'll plan to stay on the board as long as the governor will have me on the board.
Well, since the governor doesn't know that there's vacancies all over the place, continue until told otherwise, please.
Okay.
Bob Don,
Present.
good morning, Bob. All
Good
right,
morning, all.
let's take care of our second most important business, which Janita can help us with on her monthly report about investigations and complaints.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. I knew you were there. I could see you. I just couldn't hear you. So good morning. On the report for the time frame from January 1st, 2022 to February 28th for 2022, the department took in 3 new complaints and did not close any complaints.
Okay,
And for board member, Mr. Regina, I'm still trying to get the IT group to get something that will be a cumulative report. So it shows how many are still in the process, how many were closed all for the year or as long as they exist.
okay,
But
Thank
I
you.
don't know when that's coming. I'm told they're working on it. So I tell all the boards that they're working on correcting, expanding the reports because all the other boards would like to know, well, that's good for 2 months, but how many are you and your staff still working on? How many are in legal? You know, so
Yeah.
everybody wants those numbers in there. The IT people are still trying to do that. And our IT group that we had just got consolidated. All the IT groups in the state got consolidated onto one house, not in the individual, not so much for the individual departments anymore. So we're
Okay.
still waiting.
all right. Thank you. Is there anything else?
No, Mr. Chairman, unless you or the board members have some questions.
No, I don't.
No,
Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
thank
No,
you.
you're welcome.
Let's do a little bit of our correspondence just to get rid of that and be done with that. The NCAAS is looking for qualified professionals to offer insight to their licensing exam. They call it the PACS, Principles and Practice of Surveying exam. And that if you're interested, there's an opportunity to participate. And there's an application to fill out if you wanted to offer your expertise. Any comments? No.
Well, the only thing, this is Kurt, yeah, I mentioned in an email the other day to Bob and the other surveyors. I'm gonna be very busy in the next couple of months with transition of my business here since I'm retiring. So I was going to suggest if Bob Don or somebody wanted to participate in the surveying portion of that and assist with the NCEES questionnaire. I wouldn't be available, so I wanted to throw it out there and see if Bob maybe was.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that, Kurt.
That's great.
I'd also like to report that Kathy at CALS actually ran the notification of them looking for surveyors. So there may be some CALS members that will volunteer as well. I don't know. I haven't seen any confirmation of anyone wanting to do it, but I'll be happy to do it.
So you have the document that tells you where to go and sign up, right?
I believe it was included in the packet for
Yes,
this.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, it's item A1 in our packet.
And if for some reason it doesn't work or something, I'll contact our retiring administrator and hopefully she can either resend it or.
Okay.
Okay. We also have a list of candidates who passed the NCAAS exams for engineering. There were only 4 from Connecticut. They're listed on our D1 item in the agenda. So that's just for our knowledge. I am remiss in that I don't have a copy of the minutes in front of me from last month. So I don't know if they were sent, Barbara, because if they were, I missed them, or if they came.
Yeah, we got them. It's a separate email from Barbara, yeah.
So I missed that, unfortunately. So if there's a motion to accept them or edit them as presented.
I'll make a
I'll make a motion to
I'll
approve
second it.
as presented.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Are there any other comments? It's been moved and second to approve the minutes from our
I'll
last
second it.
meeting. Is there, all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries for the minutes. And then I think that puts us on our regular agenda for review of the applicants. Which start with the Class 1 Credit Part 1. I reviewed those first 9 applicants. A good cross-section of the UConn, RPI, MIT, Clarkson. So I reviewed them all as qualified with education and experience following the degree. So my recommendation is to approve. Is there a motion to accept my recommendation?
So moved.
Thank you, Bob.
Second,
Thank you, Richard. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And John DeWolf reviewed Codio, Smith, and Susie.
Excuse me,
For-
Tony. John's having a problem getting in. He's
Okay, we'll wait. Yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
him on the screen, so we'll
Yeah,
wait.
I'm
We'll
trying
come back.
him another invite. Yeah. Okay.
All right. And then we move right into Class 4 reciprocity. And I reviewed the first 5 applicants. We did have 2 evaluations, both very good by NCAAS. We only had 1 model law engineer, which was interesting, and we had 1 discipline from Puerto Rico for issuing preliminary drawings without a signature. That was resolved back in 2008. So I find that all of them, all 5, are duly licensed, have good experience, and have resolved any prior discipline. So I would recommend approval for Class 4 reciprocity. Is there a motion to accept that recommendation?
So moved.
Thank you, Bob.
second,
Second. Thank you, Richard. Can't hear you, but I can see you.
I think I'm on, yes.
There you are.
There you are.
All those in favor of the motion to approve Garrick through Rivera, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Rob
And John-
Lewandowski is away on business, and he provided a very thorough listing, as he does, of all those applicants from Bowsmith through Zhang on page 4. And he notes in his review that they were all but 2 were model law. They all had good degrees. They all had good experience. There was one non-model law applicant with a technology degree and 13 years of experience. Therefore, his recommendation is to approve all those applicants from Smith through Zhang on page 4 of our regular agenda. Is there a motion to accept his recommendation?
Yeah, I will. I reviewed he was very good in his email
Yeah,
describing his decisions and reason why.
yeah.
And I'll make a motion to approve as noted by Rob.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Al. The only thing Rob missed on, which threw me off for a few minutes, it was the heading of his email was February 8th. A little cut and paste. All those in favor of the motion to approve Smith through Zhang, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries.
Tony, I'm back. I'm online now. I got it.
Hello, John.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
for
what
being there.
happened. I came online and there was no volume. I mean, I couldn't get the speakers working, but I am back and I think it's all working correctly.
Yeah,
Yep,
it is.
We can hear
We-
you. And
we see you and we hear you.
Good.
So we'll go back onto class 1 credit part 1. There were 3 applicants that you reviewed, Codio, Smith, and Susie.
Okay, on Codio, he graduated from the University of New Haven in May 2018. He did not fill out on his form his times of work, but when I went and looked at more details, he was using time before he graduated. So he really can't apply until May. So I moved that it be denied with him reapplying and filling out the work form with his time that he worked correctly and reapply in May.
Okay, is there a second to that motion to delay review until he satisfies the work experience following the degree? Is there a second to that motion?
second.
Thank you, Robert. All those in favor of the motion to deny, deny at this time, Stefan Codio for credit part 1 due to lack of experience following the degree. All those in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
And
Any opposed?
he needs to fill out the form correctly.
And fill out the experience form.
I move that both Smith and Soshi be approved for class 1 credit part 1.
Is there a
Second.
second? Thank you,
Second.
Richard. All those in favor of the motion to approve Smith and Susie for class 1 credit part 1, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Puts us over on page 5. John DeWolf reviewed Clark through Ware for reciprocity, class 4.
Okay. Tid has a Bachelor of Technology, but 10 years experience, so he's okay. I move that all that group from Clark to Ware be approved for class 4.
Second. Thank you, Robert. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And Richard reviewed Aguib through Schubert on page 5 for class 4 reciprocity.
I'd like to start with Carl Jean. Unfortunately, he has a marketing degree as his undergraduate degree, and he does have, a master's. But, I looked at his master's degree and it really didn't have enough, I guess, guts to it to make it equivalent to what we would deem, a 4-year degree, engineering degree. So I would sort of say that we deny Mr. Carl Jean due to a lack of not completing a 4-year degree in engineering.
What's his first degree?
It's a marketing degree.
How did he even apply then?
You know, I'm not sure. You know, the thing is, I'm looking at it now.
Where is this reciprocity from?
Oh, I have it right here. Florida.
That's amazing.
Because he's not
Enough
model
said,
law.
enough said. You want to make the motion, Mr. Swezak?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we deny, you know, Carl Jean, you know, I guess reciprocity due to the fact that he does not have an equivalent four-year engineering degree.
Right.
And according to, you know, NCAA model law standards.
And our policy. Is there
And
a
our
second to that motion?
I'll
Second,
sec-
Thank you, John. All those in favor of the motion to deny reciprocity to Carl Jenny for lack of undergraduate ABET approved NCAAS model law curriculum. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries.
out of curiosity, what does he do?
I think he actually does, he did a couple of things, actually. He actually does some engineering, structural engineering. And I mean, he has 28 years of experience, but he
In
just
what-
doesn't, he just doesn't have a,
I mean, what is his, what does he practice currently?
let me see what his latest endeavor is. He works for TLC Engineering Solutions, Inc. He's a senior engineer and principal. I manage and design a variety of projects. I calculate wind loads and develop live loads and dead load criteria and coordinate design and detailing with the architects and the engineers.
This is the state that had the major collapse of a condominium building.
And a crosswalk.
Yeah, and a bridge, yeah.
Yeah,
Enough said.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. So leaves us with Aguib through Guerrero and Kana through Schubert.
Okay, I did have three additional non-model law. Groves has a technology degree out of Temple, but he has 12 years of experience. Kana, it has a degree from India, but it is equivalent to the NCAA standards. And Murray has a technology degree out of UMass Lowell, and he has 14 years of experience. So with that, the rest of our model law, and I'll make a motion that we approve the remainder of the applicants for license in the state of Connecticut.
For a second,
I'll second.
thank you, Al. All those in favor of the motion to approve Aguib through Guerrero and Kana through Schubert, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing on that, motion carries. And our last group of class 4 reciprocity on a regular agenda is Alderman through Velkerding. Reviewed by Bob Doan.
I'll make a motion to approve. Well, let me discuss Skiwit, John Skiwit. He was disciplined in California and they revoked his license. And he doesn't describe what it was. He only lists it on the additional information form that everybody has. He's not a model law. He is not a model law because of the discipline. And Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Oklahoma took action because of the California action. But again, it's not described what happened in California. It does mention that he was on a 3-year probation period. Which expired in March of 2021. So because it was resolved, whatever it was, I will include him in my motion to approve the entire group.
Shouldn't we learn what the problem was?
We could, that's why I brought it up, John. I didn't know if I should ask him what the problem was and have him get back to us.
And every other one that we've seen with discipline seems to come with a settlement or a description, at
Correct.
least a letter. So it wouldn't be unusual for us to request that.
All right, I'll change my motion. I'll make a motion that John Skowroit, or however you pronounce his name, provide information regarding the discipline issue with California.
All right, so it's a motion to delay a decision pending
Delay.
receipt of a description of the what's the word I want? Circumstances surrounding the discipline.
Correct. Thank you.
So second to the motion to
I'll
delay
second it.
pending.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Al. Okay. All those in favor of the motion to delay pending receipt of a description of the circumstances related to the disciplinary action, say aye.
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 Any opposed? If my quick summary of the motion is not consistent, let me know, okay? But trying to give Barbara a little bit of a summary as we go because it moves quickly. So the other applicants are Alderman through Schumpert and Smith through Belkerding.
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second,
Excuse
Thank you,
me,
John.
excuse me, Bob. Bob Dylan.
Oh, wait.
On Ollie, yeah,
Yes, sorry.
Ollie.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
What happened?
Oh, my gosh. I totally skipped it.
Okay.
Whew, thanks, Barbara.
Okay.
I'm glad you're on top of this.
Yeah.
I have to take, oh my gosh, Alir Tali out. Oh, thank you, Barbara.
No problem.
I have a no that he needs his FE right here on my notes. He is, his FE exam was waived
Oh,
by Massachusetts, and I don't understand why they waived it, but the guy has 38 years and 8 months experience. But it was waived.
When?
And, so
When
I
was
make a
it waived?
motion.
when was it waived?
Pardon me?
I mean, when was it waived? Like 25 years ago or last year?
He got, I don't, I'll have to get back to you on that, Tony.
All right, well, right now, the motion to approve Smith through Velkerding is on the table, but we're subtracting from that Tali.
Yes,
It was waived in 2003.
2003. Okay, thank you,
2003.
Barbara.
Yep.
Yes, October 2003.
All right, so I don't recall, quite honestly, whether or not we finished the motion on Alderman through Squiat and Smith through Velkerding, so those are still pending, I believe.
I'll make them, yeah, we did not. I make. a
Okay, so
motion to approve.
there's been moved and seconded to approve Alderman through Squiat. Let's take that separately.
Alderman through Schumpert.
Schubert,
Schumpert.
Schubert.
Excuse me, Schumpert, thank you.
Yeah.
So all those in favor of the motion to approve Class 4 reciprocity for Alderman through Schumpert as shown on page 5 of our regular agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That was class 4, by the way, Tony.
Class 4 on page 5,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So I believe we finished that. All those in favor say aye. We did. Okay.
Aye.
Which leads us now to Smith and Belkerding. Moved by Robert Doan, seconded by John. All those in favor of the motion to approve Smith and Belkerding for class 4 reciprocity, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Now leaves us with Ali Tali, who had his FE exam waived by Massachusetts, you said?
Yes.
And that's the basis of his current license.
Yes.
So the motion would be to
To deny
deny.
because of no FE exam.
Second.
Thank you, John. All those in favor of the motion to deny Ali Tali reciprocity due to the waiving of the fundamentals, which is contrary to our policy. All those in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries to deny.
Sorry about the confusion. Thank you, Barbara.
No problem.
And now we reach our portion of the agenda, which I normally did in the beginning, but I didn't today in honor of Curtis's retirement. Since he's now, relaxing is on the way to relaxing, he can stick around a little longer.
No problem.
It wasn't intentional today, but I got rushed. So we have exam applicants for Buchanan, Hedrick, Hansen, and Story for Class 8 exam.
I reviewed them all carefully and confirmed that they conform to the requirements of the state of Connecticut, even though they're reciprocity. And I therefore would make a motion for approval of Buchanan, Hedrick, Henson, and Story.
I also reviewed them and I'll second the motion.
All right, moved and seconded to approve. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. Then we have a group of applicants for Class 9 license, Archambault down through Thule. A variety of schools as usual. Is there a motion to approve Class 9 license?
So move.
Second.
Who was that? I didn't see who made the motion. You made the
Second.
second.
Bob
Oh,
Dylan.
Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Oh.
All those in favor of the motion to approve Class 9 license for Archambault through Thule on page 6 of our regular agenda, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries.
Can I
We
ask a
have a-
question?
What was that?
Barbara, is Quinnipiac ABET accredited institution for engineering?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Next applicant was Jeremy Ascandi for Class 13 registration.
Yes, I reviewed that. Jeremy's a PE, 2018, he got his PE, and he's applied for licensure as a surveyor now. And under Class 13, I approve him. I would vote to approve for Ascandi under Class 13.
Second,
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries.
Oh, good heavens.
Next group of applicants in our regular agenda is the corporate practice of professional engineering. Numerous companies this month rather. And Barbara has reviewed those to find them in order. I don't know that I will list them all, but they're shown as page 6, page 7, and page 8 of our regular agenda, ending with Z&F Consulting, Inc., and beginning with Bennett and Pless, Inc. on page 6. So a motion to accept the recommendation of our board administrator who has thoroughly reviewed these applications?
I'll make that,
Move.
I'll make that motion with a question. Who's gonna do it when Barbara retires?
I'll trade somebody.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to update our, make sure our matrix is still accurate
Yeah.
and up to date in case there's been any changes.
Yep.
So,
I'll second that motion.
thank you, Richard. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion to accept the recommendation of our board administrator for the corporate practice of engineering, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And on our regular agenda, we had one reinstatement request from Jeffrey Tubbs. He has been continuously licensed in another state and signed an engineering document. So he did sign one engineering document. Is that what the way I read that?
Yeah, a couple of them actually.
Okay,
And I reviewed this and I was a little, it was expired for a few years, and then he signed a couple of documents for Yale University. He's in fire protection. And when he realized that he wasn't licensed, he withdrew the approvals of them and had another engineer from his office review them and sign them. So I
Okay.
think he covered his error, and I make a motion to reinstate.
I'll
I would
second it.
agree with that policy. So in my opinion, that was fine. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Al. I mean, it's not, we've had numerous cases of lapsing, and the purpose of recognizing the lapse is to say you're responsible for your work. In that particular case, he recognized his responsibility and had it
Yes.
reviewed. So I think he did the right thing.
Yep, I
Any-
do too.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion to reinstate Jeffrey Tubbs, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And that finishes our regular agenda. We have a few items left on the supplemental. John DeWolf reviewed Luby and Smith for Class 1 Credit Part 1 exam.
Okay, I'm just getting my notes out. Okay. I move that Luby, I didn't see that he had the FE, he has the FE exam, Barbara?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Okay. Then I move that both Luby and Smith be approved for Class 1 Credit Part 1.
Thank you, John. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Al. All those in favor of the motion to approve Luby and Smith for Class 1 exam credit Part 1, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And under Class 4 reciprocity, Bob Doan reviewed Henderson, Keys, Kizak, and Vandergrift.
Vandergrift has a Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology. He does have 29 years of experience, and he was denied in Illinois because of the technology degree and not a regular Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. But he meets our requirements, so I'll make a motion to approve Henderson, Keys, Keysock, and Vandergrift.
Second,
Thanks, John. All those in favor of the motion to approve all four Henderson, Keys, Kizak, and Vandergrift, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. And then our last group on the supplemental agenda is Honeycutt, Ships, and Willie for Class 4 reciprocity.
Okay, I reviewed those, and I'd like to start with Honeycutt in terms of, he did have a misdemeanor, but he had indicated that they were all traffic offenses. So I guess that's really, not our privy to sort of go into that aspect of it. He is licensed in 4 states, and he works in North Carolina. His North Carolina license expired on December of 2021. And then he had 2 other licenses that expired in 2021. And he does have a Nebraska license that expires in 23. So even though he has, all his other licenses have expired, he does have an active license in Nebraska. And again, he works in North Carolina, but yeah, I'm not sure what the connection there is, but I think that would be adequate to meet our criteria. In terms of Norman Ships, he's non-model law. He does have a degree out of Union College, and his verification was just a letter. It didn't really have any kind of, I guess, what his curriculum was. And I guess from just looking at it, he has indicated that he has 66 credits of engineering for his degree. And he finished his degree in two and a half years. So he really wasn't there for 4 years, which is probably why he's not model law, because it's more of a technology degree rather than a bachelor's of science in civil engineering. But the description from the letter that we got from Union College just says that he has a bachelor's of science in civil engineering, but it's probably more along the lines of a technology degree. But with that said, he does have 29 years of experience, which sort of gets him past that, threshold of what our expectations are and our requirements are. And Mr. Weil is model law, and he doesn't have any things that go wrong with him. So I'll make a motion that we approve all 3 of them, but I did want to give a little history of, it was kind of like pulling teeth, but anyways.
It's good. So a
I'll
second?
second it. I'll second.
Thanks, Al. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion to approve Honeycutt Ships and Willie for Class 4 reciprocity, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. I think that completes our agendas and our correspondence and our complaint review. Is there any new or old business? If not,
Make a motion to adjourn.
when's our next meeting, Barbara?
April 19th.
I just always got to make sure I got them on my calendar the right way,
Right.
I enter them all, but I got to go check. All right. Motion to adjourn from Mr. Al Regina. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Richard. All those in favor of the motion to adjourn, say aye.
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 Wow,
Heard it?
9:42.
What's that? And not bad.
9:42.
We all have a lot to do, including Curtis, so we better go do it.
Yeah, congratulations, Curtis.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Congrats, Kurt.
Curtis, are you retiring?
Yes,
Oh,
next month.
From the board or from work?
Oh, from work? No. The name will carry on. Another surveying and engineering firm is buying out the business and keep maintaining the name and continuing on and continuing the space also. They'll have their space and this space as well. So